two buddies called Kazuki Kurusu and Rei Suwa are top-ranked assassins in the world. Kazuki is very immature and often does not take things seriously. These two assassins also live together. On the other hand, Rei Suwa is cold and he does not show emotions that often. Their lives get totally changed when one day they meet a small girl called Miri. Miri is the daughter of one of their targets and now she thinks that Kazuki is her real father. We will follow these two assassins trying to be fathers to this small girl and still handling their missions. In the past we learn how Kazuki and Rei met Miri. The two assassins lived together and they were getting ready for a mission. It is Christmas time, but still Kazuki and Rei have new targets that need to be eliminated. A person who helps them in their missions is called Kutaro. We also learn more about Kazuki and his past. It seems that he has memories of his wife who was pregnant. We do not know what happened to his wife, but Kazuki is very sad about it. Kazuki gets money from his targets after the mission is done and he sends that money to an unknown location. Soon Kazuki and Rei got a new target and they were now supposed to take down a human trafficker. This notorious criminal was organizing a Christmas party at a giant hotel. Kazuki and Rei came up with a great plan to get close to the target. Kazuki pretended to be a delivery driver bringing a cake to the party. Inside the cake, Rei was hiding and prepared to attack the target. In the meantime, we are introduced to Miri, the young girl that was also at the party. She was totally alone in the city and without her parents. Miri found the hotel and followed Kazuki and Rei into the elevator. She basically ruined their plan of assassination. Miri then told Rei and Kazuki that she had come to look for her father. It seems that her mother told her that her father was in this hotel during the Christmas party. Miri has no idea that Kazuki and Rei are assassins and soon she ruins their cover. Now all the other criminals realize that Rei and Kazuki are assassins. Soon after that, Miri was taken hostage by the human trafficker. Kazuki pretends to be Miri's father just to save her. But Miri does not realize that Kazuki is lying, so she thinks that he is her father for real. Miri jumps in Kazuki's arms and Rei shoots the target, finally ending their mission. Rei and Kazuki have no choice but to take Miri back to their apartment. They inspect her backpack and find a photo. In that photo, we finally learn that Miri's father was an evil human trafficker. Rei and Kazuki have no idea what to do with this girl. Rei and Kazuki know they are in giant trouble. They have this small girl with them but do not know what to do next. They realize that they just killed her father, who is a horrible person. They try to get Miri to remember where her mother is, but Miri is too young. Miri has no idea where her mother lives, so now Rei and Kazuki have no way of returning the girl to her mother. They order Kutaro to find more information about the human trafficker and his dating history. They also cannot tell Kutaro about Miri, as that will put them in even more trouble. Kutaro is already furious at Rei and Kazuki for not doing the mission so well and making a giant mess. Rei and Kazuki hope to clean up this mess before anyone from their agency finds out about Miri. In the meantime, Kutaro meets with another assassin. This assassin is called Agino and they are a mysterious killer. Agino has a very special mission and it seems that Kutaro is part of that mission. In the meantime, Rei and Kazuki return home and they find their apartment is now a total mess. It seems that Miri had some fun in their apartment and trashed everything. The two assassins are frustrated as they do not know how to handle a small child. The following day, Rei and Kazuki get a new mission. Their target is a drug kingpin. This is a very important target and they have a lot of security. Still, Rei and Kazuki have no choice but to take Miri with them. Miri will surely cause problems on the mission. Kazuki tries to get into the house where the target is. Miri is just a silly little girl and she exposes him. This causes all the criminals to realize that Kazuki is coming and he almost gets killed in the battle. Rei arrives just in time to save them and they all run away. Miri is also saved, but the drug kingpin is alive. It seems that Rei and Kazuki have totally failed this mission and their target has run away. Kutaro is now furious at both of them and decides to fire them off the mission. He also tells them that he has found the girlfriend of the human trafficker they killed. Rei and Kazuki are happy as they finally have a chance to get rid of Miri and get back to their normal assassin lives. While that is happening, we see the mysterious assassin called Agino getting a new mission. Agino goes to kill the kingpin that Rei and Kazuki failed to take care of. Agino kills the guards and the kingpin without a single problem. Rei and Kazuki continue living with Miri until they find her mother. Kazuki starts to spend more time with Miri and he loves to play with her. Rei starts to think that Kazuki maybe does not want to get rid of the girl so fast. Kazuki then reveals that he does not want to keep the girl as assassins are not very good parents and he does not want to ruin Miri's life. Kyutaro is still angry at Kazuki and Rei, but finally he gives them the address of Miri's mother. Rei does not want to spend time with Miri as he is not very good with kids. Rei had a horrible childhood, so he is not very good with emotions. Rei and Kazuki go to the address to finally find Miri's mother. There they meet Misaki Anasaka, who works at a bar that is very dirty and old. Rei keeps Miri company in the park while Kazuki goes to talk with her mother. Rei has flashbacks of his childhood and his horrible father. Miri goes missing in the park while Kazuki talks with her mother, who does not want Miri. She hates Miri and she does not want to spend time being her mother as he has a difficult life already. Kazuki gets angry at this woman for hating Miri and he leaves. Rei then finds Miri as she is being taken away by 2 police officers. Rei finally decides to accept Miri and to try and be better than his father. He tells the officers that he is Miri's father and she hugs him. Rei and Kazuki decide to take Miri and become her fathers. Rei and Kazuki have to return to their assassin work, but Miri is stopping them. She always needs someone to play with, so they decide to put her in a kindergarten. Still, to put a child in a kindergarten, the parent must provide documents and tax records. Rei and Kazuki are assassins, so they do not have legal documents. Kazuki decides to create fake documents that they will use to put Miri into a great kindergarten. They try to take Miri to interviews for a kindergarten, but she keeps bringing up the fact that her fathers are 2 assassins. Lucky that everyone thinks that she is just a silly girl making up stories, so nobody believes her. Miri tries to fit in with the other children, but they do not want to play with her. Rei and Kazuki try to convince Kyutaro to give them a new mission. Finally, the 2 assassins have a new target. Kazuki and Rei help Miri to better fit in with her friends, and they also decorate her new room in the house. Rei and Kazuki run out of money. They have spent it all on Miri. They go to talk with Kyutaro, who does not want to give them a new assassination mission. Instead, Kyutaro gives them a search and gathering mission. They have to find information. Miri gets homework from her kindergarten where she has to interview her parents. Rei and Kazuki lie to her about their career while they try to finish their new mission. Rei falls asleep while taking care of Miri. She decides to follow Kazuki so that she can find out what he really does for a job. Miri runs into Kyutaro and Kazuki. Kazuki pretends that he is only babysitting Miri for more money. Kyutaro thinks that something strange is going on. Kyutaro decides to babysit Miri while Rei and Kazuki go on their mission. Kyutaro figures out that Rei and Kazuki are raising Miri, but he does not mind. Miri goes to school and presents a paper about her 2 fathers and tells everyone that they are billionaires. Kazuki is worried that Miri might grow up violent as both of her parents are killers. In school, it seems that Miri hit her friend called Taiga. Miri does not think that she is violent and she blames Taiga for everything. Miri and Kazuki get into their first argument. Miri demands that Rei take her to kindergarten. The kids all go to the zoo with the kindergarten. It seems that at the same time a bank robber is hiding in the zoo. Miri tries to make things better with her friend Taiga. Kazuki finds out that Taiga caused the fight with Miri and she was not guilty of anything. The bank robber tries to attack Miri, but Rei and Kazuki stop him. Later, Kazuki and Miri make up and have lunch. A woman called Karin meets up with Kyutaro at a bar. In an accident, Miri is almost hit by a car. This causes Kazuki to get traumatic flashbacks and he starts to be very distant and angry. Soon he finds a photo of his wife Yuzuko, and he is so sad. Kazuki decides that he does not deserve a happy life, so he leaves Rei and Miri totally alone. Rei then takes Miri to the kindergarten and they have no idea where Kazuki is. In the meantime, Kazuki goes to meet up with Kyutaro and he sits at the bar and just hides there. Karin is Kazuki's sister-in-law and she has come to bring him the money he has been sending all this time. It is then revealed that Kazuki had a wife and she was pregnant. His wife was called Yuzuko and she died in a car explosion, and it was all because Kazuki was going after a very dangerous target. Miri gets a high fever and Rei brings her to Kyutaro for some help. Kazuki goes to visit his wife's grave and there he meets up with Karin. Karin tells him that she is moving to France to finish her studies. She tells Kazuki that it's okay for him to be happy and that he should have a normal life with Miri. Kazuki goes back home to find Rei and Miri recovering. Kazuki decides to finally live his life. Rei meets up with his father Kazuki Suwa. This is the same father that made Rise's life difficult growing up. Miri and Kazuki are preparing a surprise. Kazuki is also a lethal assassin and he is very famous in the underworld. He wants Rei to return home and continue their own family business of assassinations. Kazuki orders Rei to kill Satoru Kaji. Satoru is the same man who trained Rei to fight and he seems to have betrayed the family. Miri and Kazuki organize a party for Rei, who is having his birthday very soon. Rei finds out that Satoru fell in love and wanted to leave the business of assassins, but Shigeaki killed his girlfriend. Rei and Satoru meet up and fight, and Rei does not want to kill Satoru. Satoru wants to be with his dead girlfriend, so he forces Rei to kill him once and for all. Rei is now furious at his father and at himself. Kazuki arrives to take Rei back home where Miri has prepared a party. Rei is happy and manages to forget about his father. Shigeaki talks with Kyutaro and wants to know what his son is doing with Miri and Kazuki. Miri tries to get ready for a sports event while Rei sneaks onto the field. The following morning, Rei makes rice balls and Kazuki prepares for a picnic. Rei tells Kazuki that he set traps so that Miri wins the whole event. Rei and Kazuki are really popular with all the moms and they all have crushes on them. Rei and Kazuki have a lot of fun while Miri does her sports event. During the race, Rei cheers for Miri, but she comes in last place. Kazuki helps Miri in a sports event. Rei blames himself for making Miri come in last place. The last part of the tournament is a treasure hunt. Miri tells everyone that Rei and Kazuki are her treasure because she wanted a family. Kazuki starts to cry from all the emotions. Misaki, Miri's mother, returns and she now wants Miri back. Misaki enters the home of Rei and Kazuki to talk with her daughter. Misaki reveals that she has cancer and she cannot sing and do her job. She is now fired from her job and she wants to live with Miri until she is alive. She also wants her own parents to adopt Miri after her death. Kazuki does not trust Misaki at all. Kyutaro then reveals that he was the one who called Misaki. He then threatens Rei. He must return to the organization run by his father or Ajino will be sent to kill Miri and Kazuki. Kazuki and Rei realize that they can no longer keep Miri safe. As long as she is with them, Miri will be in danger. Miri, Rei, and Kazuki take one last trip together as a family. Finally, they give Miri to Misaki and say goodbye to her. Miri thinks that she is only leaving for a sleepover. Rei and Kazuki realize that they will never be happy and normal as they have lost Miri. The end. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and click the bell icon to get new anime recaps.